Hello everyone, welcome to A Curious Cuttlefish. I'm Sarah and today we will be talking about ice yarns. So this is Art Color Cotton. Ice Yarns Art Color Cotton is a new yarn that has come out on their site, and I thought I would review it for you guys so you can see it. I was very curious when this came out. This one is, I think it's their green shades. As you can see, this is 100 grams, so 25 grams for each color. It is 210 meters or 230 yards. This is 50% cotton, 50% acrylic, and it is a lightweight 3. So you can see it right there. The colors are very nice. This yarn is soft to the touch, very soft. I like how it looks, but gauging just off of this part here. Can you guys see that? The thread that's holding the tag on there, I would say I anticipate this yarn splitting when I work with it. That's just my thought based off of touching it, feeling it, looking at it. You can see here on the end where it's cut. I believe it might split when I work it up. So I am going to take these balls apart and cake them up, and you will see me in a moment, YouTube time, a couple days my time, to see what this cake turned into and how it worked up, and I'll give you my final thoughts then and what I think about this. I believe it is very comparable to the Pantone colors that Karen Pantone? Yeah, but this is a acrylic cotton blend. So, see you guys in a bit. And we are back. So, it's a few days later. It took me a while to work with that yarn. Let's talk about what I made with it. This first item, so this is how it looks knit. I made a hat. This is my first, I think it's called Fair Isle colorwork hat when in knitting. I made it up as I went, and because this is my first time, you can see right here, these stitches are way smaller than these stitches, and that is because I was holding it way too tight. My tension wasn't right with carrying these, whatever you want to call them. I don't know, I'm learning to knit. And so this isn't as stretchy as I was hoping it would be, but I'm very, very happy with how this turned out. I try to use up all the yarn for these reviews. I have just a little bit here left over, and so I'm thinking, there, this is leftover. I'm thinking I might be able to get a pom-pom out of this to put on here, because that's all that's left of the yarn. Let's talk about this yarn. I really wanted to love this yarn. I will say that I like it. Things I did not like about it is, and I feel like this is the same with those Pantone colors, was because they are individual balls, I had to take apart each one and then ball them up, or cake them up rather, before I can even start my project. And I thought that caking these yarns would be fast and easy, and it was not. I can safely say 3 of the 4 colors, they they became a tangled mess when I was trying to cake them. And I'm not sure if that's just because of the content of this yarn, the cotton and acrylic blend. I still wanted to like it, but it tangles very, very easily. I apologize for the background noise. Trash day. Okay, so yeah, it got very tangled very quickly, and I was doing my best to not let it tangle. The only one that did not tangle for me was when Mr. Cuttlefish was helping me by actually holding it apart, and I had to use one hand on my ball winder and the other hand to very carefully take it off his hands so that I wouldn't be sitting there for another 15 minutes to just make little cakes of yarn before I started. So that was not wonderfully fun. Another thing about this yarn, and I think you can see some of it here. Yes, you can. There, you can see right there. This yarn splits, and I did my best. There it is again. I tried so hard to find it when it happened and correct it, but it was splitting on me when I was working with it. So yeah, and you can even see here's some of the ends I cut. It just unravels. It just comes undone right when you cut it, and yeah, I really wanted to like this yarn. It's super soft. I love the blend, but I don't know. I don't think I can recommend this unless this is something that you like, those cotton acrylic blends. It works up beautifully. I love the colors. I love how this turned out. I bought this yarn with my own money because I wanted to try it out. It was a new yarn. I wanted to do a review for you guys. So I did this, but yeah, it was hard to work with. And then I also went over to Crochet. So here's a square I made out of this one. And with the crochet as well, oh, hold up. Okay, accomplishment, yes, there is, all the ends on this one are woven in, and then maybe it's crochet. I don't know. We have tails. So anyways, getting sidetracked. This one, it was also splitting. I feel like it's not as noticeable in the crochet as it was with the knitted project. I cover it up more with the crochet. It did crochet much better. I will say that if you are going to work with this yarn, definitely do it in crochet. I would not advise it for knitting, but again, you do have to do each color and ball it up so that you can plan your colors for what you make. So there's my willow square out of that yarn. And then finally, this was a 100-gram ball, so I did have extra, and so I thought these colors would be really cute for a little turtle. So here he is. I did not have a pattern for him. I just kind of made up all the pieces and was reminded of why I don't do a lot of small amigurumi. I really like doing octopuses because you do them all like one go. You don't have to sew pieces together. This guy, if you can see his shell. So I did these little, what is that, hexagons? Yeah, there's 5 sides. And so there's these little stars that are formed, and I made 6 of those little things, and then I had to sew them all together. Then I did a border, and then I stitched them together with a single crochet because I got tired of sewing. And I just did a larger one for the bottom of him. And because again, this was all freeform crochet. I don't have a pattern for him. I don't know if I want to write a pattern for him. So yeah, I was just like, oh yeah, it's approximately that size. Can you see? The fins, his front fins are two different. I didn't write down my stitch count. I was like, that looks approximately right. So he has two different front fins. He has two different back fins. But, you know, he was a scrap project. I was doing my best to use up all the yarn. And so we have a little turtle now, and he can go with the ever-growing little community of animals back there. The yarn did work good for the amigurumi. It crocheted up nice, it holds together really well. I could see it working well for that. Again, it would be for a smaller project. For those of you who like to sew pieces together, this could work amazingly for you. I am not as patient. I am amazed that I managed to sew him together, and it's probably more for you guys so that I can do this video and review this yarn for you. Because honestly, I'm not a huge fan of sewing things together, and yeah, my ends rarely get sewn in unless I'm giving it away or selling it. So, but yes, this yarn is very beautiful. I love the color combination. I do really like how the finished project feels. I like how the finished project looks. You just have to weigh the options of whether or not you feel it's worth the time and the time that it takes to cake up each individual color, and then I would advise crocheting with this yarn over knitting, because with the knitting you can clearly see where the yarn splits and it will show up in your work. So that would be my final thoughts on this yarn. I really enjoyed all the projects that came out of one set. When you purchase this yarn from Ice Yarns, it does come in a pack of 2. So I do have another one of these. Will I use it? Unless I have something like a Fair Isle pattern in mind where I want to do something like this, I'm not sure if it would be my go-to, honestly. I think I would probably find other yarns to use. So, you know, this is all my own opinion. This is all coming from the experience I had with knitting this yarn and crocheting this yarn. You might find different results than me. I am also one of those people who's not a huge fan of Caron Simply Soft, so, you know, maybe you will love this yarn. So if you want to try it out, check it out for yourself. I can have a link in the description box beneath so you can see this yarn. But for me personally, I will not be purchasing this yarn again in the future. I will probably be investing it into other yarns so I can do other reviews. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope you found it informative and helpful. Thank you so much for watching my videos. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button and comment below. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe so that you can continue to learn about other yarns that I will be reviewing. Join me for yarny adventures, and check out my podcast that comes out on Mondays. So thank you to all my returning subscribers. It is such a joy to have you guys back with me. I look forward to seeing you and talking to you again very soon, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.